So before I get into this video, I'm just gonna talk about like what I'm gonna do in this one. So I'm gonna try this new thing where it's kind of like a mini podcast where I talk about like things that happen in sports. So let me know if you like it or if you don't. Yeah. So here we go. All right. So let's talk about the NBA bubble and all the games in it. Um, so the first thing I want to talk about is the Lakers. Uh, So they played 2 days ago or 3 days ago against the Clippers. They beat them or they didn't beat them handily, but I mean they were in control the entire game. I wouldn't buy too much into it though, just because the Clippers didn't have Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, and Patrick Beverley played restricted minutes. He didn't start. I forget how many minutes he actually played, but it was not his usual. It's like usual total or whatever. Um, Then they lost against the Raptors. It seems like that's their one kryptonite. I guess they lost to them in the regular season, so I guess they're just not good against them. Um, and then let's go to the Pelicans and like the A seed and stuff. So in the A seed right now, the NBA is kind of like the NBA like they're kind of freaking out because the Pelicans they're not going to make the playoffs. Which is obviously what they kind of wanted with this new format was they wanted Zion in the playoffs, and that's probably not going to happen. Or it might still happen, but it's not looking good. So they lost against the Jazz opening night, which was not good. They had that game handedly, and they just blew it away. The Jazz were a little rusty, and they had the lead, and I think they had the lead of. The Jazz didn't lead until the fourth quarter of that game, I believe, and they really had that game. They just blew it, and then they lost against the Clippers. I guess that's expected more or less for them to lose against the Clippers, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I guess in the eighth seed, it's kind of looking like it's going to be down to the Grizzlies the eighth seed in the West is going to be down to the Grizzlies, Blazers, and the Spurs. That's my segue to talk about the Spurs. The Spurs just don't quit, man. I mean, it's kind of really unexpected that they're still here. But, they're still there, even after LaMarcus Aldridge is still out. So, yeah, there's that. So now I'm going to go, like, to the seedings and stuff in the West. Because the 4, 5, 6 is really interesting because you got the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Jazz. And I don't know how that's going to end up. It's going to be really interesting. And, yeah, I mean, the Lakers, they kind of accomplished their goal in the seeding games. I guess their goal was to get the 1 seed and rest up. Resting up's pretty easy. But, like, they just need a win or the Clippers are going to lose eventually. They're not going to win the rest of the 6 games. I mean, they might, but they probably won't. And the Lakers not going to lose the rest of these seeding games. So, I mean, yeah, so they're probably squared away there. It's very key whoever gets the 1 seed because in the West it really is tough. You look at all the teams. I mean, you're playing against the Mavericks if you're the 2 seed, and Luka Porzingis, they're a pretty good team. They got a pretty good bench there too. So I mean, every team in the West is a pretty good matchup. So yeah, this is the new format. It's kind of all I want to talk about. Oh shoot! Now we're gonna go to how the Eastern Conference is doing. First, you got to bring up with T.J. Warren. He got 53 points. Really isn't how it's shown. He's really good. Crazy how the Suns they traded him for cash considerations. The Sixers are kind of a mess right now. I mean, they've been a mess all season. If you did see, Shake Milton and Joel Embiid, they got into a confrontation during the game. So yeah, there's that. The Celtics, they're looking pretty good right now. Jaylen Brown at 30 against the Trailblazers tonight or Sunday night, whenever this comes out. So they're looking good. So I mean, yeah, that's really it. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. All right, end the video. I don't know how to conclude this video, so I mean, cool. Do do do